What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation. And how are you doing? Hope you're doing great. It's a great day. Beautiful. We ought to be great and beautiful as a people. Exploring and enjoying our life without fear, without favor. And we endeavor to seek and spread the knowledge of factual truth, the knowledge of who we are, the knowledge of who we were, and the knowledge of who we will be. Very important. Some of us, we've been taught to always think about forward ever, backward never. But how can you go forward ever without knowing your backwardness? How can you go forward? How can you go into the future without knowing the past? Something is missing. When you are solving a puzzle, you need all the components to solve it. If something is missing, if the past is missing in your life, your future is not sure. You need the knowledge of your past, the knowledge of your present, and the knowledge of your future. Then you can talk about going forward. But when you don't know your past, you can't actually claim to know the present because you don't know the past. So that's why many are believers in the present. They are not knowers. And when you are a believer in the present, it will be very difficult for you to know the future. That's why you see believers are confused, looking for who will tell them their purpose for living, who will see for them what is in their future, who can read their palm for them, who can do all that. But those things are natural things we're supposed to know. Unfortunately, those things have been spiritualized or religialized. That's why I say spirituality is confusion. Religion is confusion. Look at those who say they are spirituals. Look at those who say they are religious. And see for yourself how confused they are. Because you cannot find knowledge, practical knowledge that you can experience and everyone experiences it in spirituality or in religion. What works for you in spiritual, what you believe exists in spirituality is not true to everyone. And what you believe exists in religion is not true for everyone. But when it comes to science, which simply means knowledge, science is not a school or students or people that attended to certain school or position. No, science is what we know. That's knowledge. What we know, that's science. We know there is yesterday, we know there is today, and we know there is tomorrow. We know that. Not that because we believe. No, we already experience it. We already know. It's established fact. It's a natural fact. We know no matter what happened, the sun will shine. No matter the storm, no matter the rain, no matter the cloud, no matter what. And with that knowledge, you can have the true hope. But believing don't give you true hope. They give you false hope because you have faith. There is no truth in believing. It's always lie. And for you to establish, to keep that lie authentic, you have to keep lying, finding out new lies. But truth is truth. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That's truth. So they have bombarded us. They have flooded us. They have inundated us with a lot of crap, a lot of garbage through spirituality, through religion, that we are so confused. We are looking for who will lead us. Who are looking for who will do something for us. And if you have not done what we want, we say you are evil, you are wicked, you are not made. But that person shouldn't be your leader in the first place. You should be also a leader. You don't need to be the leader to be a leader. You were born a leader. And the main person you must lead is yourself. You cannot lead yourself unless you know yourself. You cannot lead people you don't know. You cannot. So if you don't know yourself, you cannot lead yourself. You remain slave, you remain servant, you remain follower, you remain sheep, looking for a shepherd, looking for a leader. I want you to lead me in prayer, lead me in counseling, lead me in this. They keep leading you in everything, and everyone leading you are misleading you. You are the only true leader that can lead yourself aright. Let me say it again. You are the only true leader that can lead yourself aright. But religion taught you to not love yourself, but love God you have not seen or can see. Religion don't want you to look at yourself and say, no, no, no. Because their God hates wisdom. Their God hates prudence. So they say, don't lean on your own understanding. Don't lean on your own judgment. Don't lean on your own wisdom. Don't lean on what you have seen and the practice. He said, don't lean on it. But lean on imaginary God. Lean on invisible God. Lean on fictional characters. Characters are not being. All the characters in the Holy Book, they are just characters. They are not being. They were never living beings, and they cannot be living beings. That's why you cannot see those characters. You tell me, oh, you say you went with your ancestors. Can you trace back your ancestors? Somebody asked me that on one of my groups, and I responded well. Of course, I say, yes, I can trace back. I say, start with your grandfathers or your grandparents. Track them back. He said, okay, have you traced your own ancestors for 4,000 years ago? I said, I've traced my own for 1,000,000 years ago. And I put Akebulam, Nubians, and Bantu. Many of us don't know that. I say, I've traced my own. I tell him, do your own research. It's when you know yourself, you can lead yourself. Nobody will brainwash you when you know yourself. The reason why you have been brainwashed in religion and spirituality is because you don't know. You go to those you believe they know. They tell you crap. But your leaders, those your political leaders, those your religious, they are in the same position with you. They are confused also. That's why they quote the same book you believe. But you say it's the word of God. So why do you need somebody to interpret the word of your own father? And you say your father is alive. But your father cannot interpret. You are looking. Sometimes you close your eyes, you say you are meditating. And you begin to talk to yourself, say that's God talking. Yes, you are God. I think that's what I will speak on tonight. Who or what is God? Because every time we mention God, because of the way we have been brainwashed, our mind goes to a spiritual being, a being you must worship. No, God is not a being you must worship. God is not a being you should worship. No. God simply means a thing or somebody that creates. So if you say your God is alive, let your God create, let us see. A God that cannot create now is useless. It does not exist. I create this live broadcast because I am real. I exist. I am not useless. I am useful. Somebody is listening to what I'm saying. Somebody can see me because I made it possible. It's not any imaginary God that did it. I did. So if I must praise, I praise myself. I'm looking for someone to worship, I worship myself. You are God. It means you are created. I'm not talking about some beings floating in the air or some being that have magical power or some being that is spiritual. No, I'm talking about the real person. People that create, manufacturers, inventors, teachers, drivers. All those people are gods. They make things happen. First responders, policemen, all of them are gods. People that are real and that can help in reality. Not imaginary being that cannot do anything and you are pretending when you kneel down or raise your hands or stand up saying you are praying to them. Before I rush what I'm saying, let me start. I titled this our religious African people, our family and kinsmen. Look at our people. Why are we still suffering the way we are suffering in Africa? Yesterday I made that video about come back to which Africa. Which Africa are you telling people, Africans living in diaspora, to go back to? Which Africa? So let me connect it to today. Are you telling them to come back to a family or to kinsmen that are so divided religiously, even spiritually? How will they live with them? You are asking them to come back to confused people that are confused. No, they should come back to people that know themselves. Because people that know themselves, they are the ones that will be strong. They are the ones that will do exploits, do something for themselves. People that know themselves don't need external help, especially Africans. When Africans know themselves, they will understand they don't need the United Nations. They don't need the America. They don't need the UK. They don't need the Asia. They don't need those people are the ones that need us. And they're supposed to be serving us, not us serving them. They're supposed to be serving us as our slaves. Let me say it again. The Asians, the Americans, the Europeans, the Arabs, they're supposed to be serving us as our slaves because we are their masters originally. We taught them everything they know. We taught them the meaning of life, the true meaning of life. We gave them whatever they call their belief, whatever they call their science or whatever. We gave it to them. We the Africans. Do your own research. Find out. There is no civilization that predates that of Africa. None of them. There is no learning in this world that predates that of Africa. Africa taught all of them built on our foundation. But because they are wicked, they are evil, they are not like us. They are not humans like us. They pick violence. They begin to take things by force. They tell you their kingdom suffers violence. The violent take it by force. Violent people are not civilized people. Civilized people are not violent. That's why you see, Africans are not violent. They learn violence from white people. They learn violence from other people. The day black people will begin to treat other people the same way they treat black people, you see how things will change. They taught us that we watch our brothers and sisters killed in their hands. We knew already that the one that put us in the position of poverty, the position of suffering unnecessary that we are in today. You know that already, not that somebody have to tell you. But they also brainwash you to believe it is your fault. Your ancestors were wicked. Your ancestors were idol worshippers. But look at the present to know the past. Who are the ones that are killing people like animals today? Who are the ones like in America? Who are the ones that pick up gun and go to where people gather and begin to kill them? Black people don't have such mind. It's not in their DNA. You can see evil where evil resides. You see it is not hidden. Black people don't have nuclear weapon. Who have nuclear weapon? Black people had weapons for hunting animals, not their fellow human beings. Who made the weapon to hunt your fellow human beings? It will show you, you can see the trace of evil. It's not hidden. It's only religious Africans, spiritual Africans that will tell you it's a spiritual thing. No, it is hidden. There's no mystery in this world. Your ignorance is the mystery you're talking about. But if you dare to know, you will find out there is no mystery. You can know whatever you want to know. You can know everything you need to know. Yes, you can. But you have been miseducated. You have been misguided, directly and indirectly, to the extent you don't know what's up, even in your family anymore or among your kinsmen. Look at our African families, African kinsmen. How many of us know our kinsmen? How many of us? We don't know. Because religion has divided us. We are not carrying the status of our ancestors, but we are carrying the status of Mary. You see our people. our own African brethren, carrying the status of a white woman, carrying a status of a white man that does not look like them. And you say with these people you can have freedom. No way. That's what we are doing for them to wake up first. They have to trash everything white. Yes, they have to trash everything God. They have to trash everything Jesus for us to begin to gather together to discuss about freedom of ourselves. We cannot have freedom when there is Jesus in our land. We cannot have freedom when there is God in our land. We cannot have freedom when there is Mary in our land. We cannot have freedom when there is Christianity, Islam, Judaism in our land. We cannot. They were designed to keep us divided and end up destroying us. Look at our family. Our people said, Onyama omunaya amaragomba. When you know you are kinsmen, you have known a country. Because those you are kinsmen also connected to other people you don't even know. But how many of us now are kinsmen? Some of us are sleeping even with our blood relation, although it's supposed to be natural, but they say it's it's a spiritual nonsense. Of course, out of ignorance, people do horrible things. Out of ignorance, people do even horrible things against themselves, making law against themselves. We need to think. We need to wake up. Africans, look at our religious African family. Look. You can be the true witness of what I'm talking about. It's not hidden. It's not something you can say, no, I don't know it's happening. Maybe no, it's no more hidden. You see how we are suffering everywhere as a people. But you should know it started it's already found in our own land. Right there we are suffering in our own land. We are living like slaves in our own land. But we are the one that can solve it also. No condition is permanent. No. No matter how long it's been bad, it's been terrible, we can fix it. We can make it good again. We can make it greater. We can make it better. Because we are real. We have the will. We have the power to make things, to change things, to make things happen. We don't need any God, any Jesus. Look at what is happening. It is religion that divided us even in our families. Father against son. Your father don't see you anymore as a good person or even as his son because you don't believe in his religion anymore. Religion that was passed down to him, not even a natural thing. The religion that make him see you as a thing he can use, a thing he can exploit. Look at our family. Because it's right there in their book, Matthew chapter 10, 34 to 36, Luke chapter 14, verse 26, hate and division. That's what religion brought among us, especially in our family. Are you talking about our kinsmen? Our kinsmen, even, when we see them, you see religion. Because you made a post that does not support their religion. They begin to see you as evil. Their own blood, flesh and blood. You must wake up, Africans, or you keep suffering unnecessarily. Look at our African brethren, African religious brethren. Look at them. That's where you will see what our problem is. Among their kinsmen, how many of them are still coming to your family? Some of them, if they see you are doing well, they boycott you. Because their belief tells them maybe you are taking their stars to shine. You are taking their talent to shine. And some of you that are saying, give. Who am I giving? You want me to give to strangers? How about my kinsmen? My kinsmen that have rejected me. They can't give me, I can't give them because of religion. But because they have taught you, no, your kinsmen are evil. You have to have spiritual family. Those who are of the same household of faith. Those who believe in God. Those who believe in Allah. Those who believe in Jesus. They are your true family. They are lying to you. They kill your kinsmen and replace it with church. They kill your kinsmen and replace it with religion. They kill your brotherhood and replace it with religion. And see how you are suffering today. You see a woman, a mother, going to another strangers begging for money. And there is family. Oh, my father is dead. My mother has been suffering. We need money. Where is your family? Where are your kinsmen? You see your uncles as a demon. Because they told you, oh, he's the only one making it because he's evil. He goes to a native doctor. Don't take anything from him. Don't go to that house. And these people say they have a God that have all power. They have a God that can do all things. And this God cannot fix your family. This God cannot bring you together. But you believe you are going to heaven to worship that God. You're gonna be if you don't have unity in this world, how can you have unity in heaven that you say you're going? You don't have unity in reality, but you say you will have unity in the imaginary world. It's impossible. It's impossible. And you believe that what happens in the physical is a reflection of what happened in the spiritual. That's what you believe. You are divided in the physical. That means you are divided also in the spiritual. That's why we have many heavens. Spiritual people believe there's many hellfire. Spiritual people believe there is hellfire. Religious people believe there is hellfire. And among them, they have different definition or different interpretation of hellfire or different picture of hellfire. Confusion everywhere because of spirituality. Confusion everywhere because of religion. Tell me, you African religious person, the God you worship, the Jesus you worship, the Mary you worship, what have they done for you in reality? Why are you still going to your fellow men and believing the lie that God is using them to bless you? A God that is using your fellow men to bless you is non-existent and useless in reality. The real gods that are helping you, the real goddesses that are helping you are your fellow men, your fellow human beings. It is time you wake up. Let us fix our family. Let us fix our kinsmen. And the only way we can fix it is by trashing religion. When we trash religion, our families and the kinsmen will accept us and they will agree with us. They will see us again as human beings. We can gather together and play without fear. We can gather together again and have discussion without fear, without division, without all this confusion among us. It is time we wake up, Africans. Think about it. We are not our own enemies. We are families. They taught us to hate our family and they love our enemies. We must change it. We must turn that table. We must hate our enemies and they love our families. Peace.